Here's an A execute for Mirage that involves smoking off jungle, connector, taking this stairs area, smoking off CT as well. The player who initiates this A execute is actually going to run mid first. And make sure you smoke off either window or come here and throw the safety smoke, which lands at the top of mid. Then this player is just going to come up here, toss a flashbang, maybe a molly to hold mid control. Make sure that the CTs don't push all the way up here, which can enable some rotates. Then they're going to come up here and throw one key smoke grenade. This involves wedging yourself in this corner right here, and then looking at this sort of dark line underneath here between the middle supports for this porch. And you're going to walk forward until your crosshair reaches the line of this shadow, and then you're going to jump throw while shift walking. It takes a little bit of practice, but you can get it down reliably. What that smoke does is it comes all the way over here, bounces off this angled wall, and lands in connector, like so. That's going to be the cue to execute, that smoke coming in. Everybody else is pretty much going to group up over here. I like to have one person throw the CT smoke and one person throw the jungle smoke. The CT smoke is thrown like this, get in the middle of this wall, aim at the tip of this beam, and jump throw. This is a good smoke because it lands on top of this, and nobody can play around it in the various ways that people play around ticket smokes. And the last smoke we're going to throw is a jungle smoke, which involves coming up against this pillar, aiming right here, just off of this corner, and then jump throwing. And this is going to land pretty deep in jungle, right here, like so. So when all these smokes are up, we've got that smoke, we've got a smoke up on there, oh no, a smoke up on there. And then when we execute in, we can take sight, as we always do, and then we can push into this area, and the smoke lands more like that. So you just have to clear kind of stairs, which you can do with nades, flashes, and so on. And then we've got this area to play with, and retaking is a lot harder. Normally the CTs are retaking through smokes that are sort of in these two locations. And there's various things you can do with that as a CT. You're kind of playing in this area, there's nades you can throw, you can flash through these smokes, come in, you can run up through the bench area and take shots like this. People do all these things. So this basically takes all this space away and makes it a lot harder for the CTs to execute. Two other key things. One is a Molotov that goes underneath the balcony, and usually you'll find this is smoked off a lot. Don't let that deter you. Just push yourself into this corner, aim right here at the bottom left-hand corner of this little brown area, and then walk until you're all the way in the corner, and then let it go. And that'll burn this whole area. And then other Molotov you can throw is right here, goes off the bench. I actually love to throw this on the other side of triple. That was actually a little bit too deep. More like actually a lineup you can do here. Like that. That'll molly anybody off who's standing behind this, but it also makes it more difficult to retreat away, and so they end up needing to go this way, and they're going to get killed. And then the last piece is the lamp flash. You just come up to the left side of this doorway, aim at the lamp, and throw flashes. Lovely thing to do here is to have a couple of people drop flashbangs in this area, and then somebody just sits here and flashes, and flashes, and flashes, and flashes, and flashes. That's the smoke, but you get the idea. And that flash really blinds a lot of people in the A site. And if your teammates are pushing out with it, it's not going to flash them really at all. But anyone who's playing this angle is going to get flashed. Anybody who's playing this angle is going to get flashed. Anybody who's playing back here is going to get flashed. Anybody playing back here is going to get flashed. So you get the idea. It's like a really powerful flash that you want to throw a bunch. So just to recap, we've got a smoke in connector thrown from mid. We've got a smoke in jungle thrown from A ramp. A smoke on the ticket box thrown from A ramp. A molly here, and the lamp flash coming over. That is this execute on A. Enjoy. This next A execute involves throwing these two smokes right here, which create a kind of a wall across the site that makes it difficult for CTs to see the Ts coming in. I love this setup to try to just get a quick plant. Basically just buy two smokes and nothing else. You spend $600 as a team, and hopefully you can get a plant kind of anywhere in this zone. The way these are thrown, one player lines up like this, and you're going to bounce a smoke off this 45-degree angle right here. Helpfully, you can kind of aim right at this corner of the building here and run forward as you throw. The other person is going to come right here, crouch, aim at the top of these buildings, and then left-click throw. That will create this big smoky area on the bomb site that covers a lot of lines of sight. It won't obscure sandwich, so you can clear that. And then you just got to kill a couple guys. So you got 5 versus 2, hopefully. If you've got a little bit more money, you can also come into Palace and throw this Molotov. But yeah, I would do that. If you want to add other things onto this, if you're doing this on a gun round or something, you can also throw this quick stairs smoke. Just bounce it off the side of the doorway here. This is not perfect because it does obscure sandwich, but it is fast and it doesn't provide a lot of warning. So usually, you see smokes coming over, they go up like this, and they come down, they bounce, and then they come to rest. And it takes a little time, and during that time, CTs are throwing Molotovs, they're doing all kinds of stuff. This one's a lot faster. You can kind of come here, throw your smoke, it blooms, and you're out. And so the advantage here is speed, simplicity, and cheapness. So give it a shot. This is an A execute on Mirage, which I call the traditional A execute, where there's a smoke on stairs, a smoke blocking off jungle in the little courtyard area, a molly here and a molly there, optional smoke in CT. So here's how I execute this. I like to have the same person throw both of these smokes, so you're sort of dedicating one person to nade work, and everybody else is just kind of guns out. So one player will drop a smoke right here, and both of their flashes right here. And then this player will throw the stair smoke, sort of complete this angle here, aim at the point that is missing, jump throw, and aim at the side of the building right where it meets this wire, and jump throw. And that will land on stairs, but not block sandwich. And it'll land here, blocking off bench and all this stuff. Then this player who's just thrown these two smokes will move forward and throw the lamp flash. And if you've got 4 smokes, you can just throw this 4 times as your teammates are running out. It'll almost certainly help them. It's worth the investment. The players who are running out, of course, you want to start with your gun. But the first thing that's really important to molly is triple. So you can throw it like that on this side of the box. If you've got a lamp flash coming, I recommend mollying on this side of the box. This does take a little bit of practice to make sure that it burns behind the box, but if you throw it over here, it's a long ways to run to get out of the molly, and what that's going to do is force the CT into you, either here where they're going to get blinded by that flash, or here where they're going to get blinded by that flash. So love throwing that molly. And then the last Molotov is thrown underneath stairs. Now this is often smoked out, so you can come over here, aim right here, and then walk until you're in the corner, and left throw. And that will let you smoke this off, or molly this off if you are smoked off. And then everybody else is just guns out. So the key battles to win are CT, site players, and whoever is rotating out of dark. So with these flashes going, you're going to have a really big advantage in taking fights from here. So I want to do that. The other thing you can do is when these smokes are up, I'll just throw the jungle one. If you molly the bench just right, molly right there, as this smoke is blooming, nobody's going to be able to push out of this, and it'll still push players out of triple. So that's a thing to consider. You could throw all three of those Molotovs and you'd have great success. I consider the ticket smoke to be optional on this, depending on how your opponents are playing. If they're playing pushed up, I would not throw it, so that as you take sight, you can just immediately head straight into CT without any worries. But if you want to add it on, here's how I throw it. Stand right in the middle of this little wall, aim at this beam, and jump throw. And then land up on the box by ticket, and make playing up on the box here. I can't even show you because the smoke is so covering it, but it makes it really hard to play around. Enjoy!